What is up, everybody? I'm back with another video, and as you can see, I've got a little SpecCast Ford here, right here, whatever you want to call it. But this here is going to be a customer's truck. I've been working on messaging people back, trying to get everybody sorted out to where I can actually start doing some other customer stuff, as well as a couple or another customer I've been working on some other stuff for. So I'm gonna get digging into this truck. So pretty much what we got to do, if you guys don't remember, I did have a black SpecCast not too long ago that I sold it, and somebody messaged me and said, hey, I want that exact truck. And turns out I had the same exact wheels and everything like that still. So we're going to be building this pretty much the same exact truck, other than this one will have traction bars, stuff like that on it. I think the other one just had drive shafts, and I think that was about it on that truck. I can't remember exactly. But we are going to go ahead and we're going to get all the wheels and everything figured out. We're going to tint the windows here in a little bit and get that all lined out. So you guys will get to see this truck all lifted up. Of course, we got to take the little side steps off of it too. So I'm going to cut them off just like this. Go ahead and cut this side off of here. Okay. And then we're going to take a little knife here, just like so. Kind of cut that off of there. So that way, can't see it was even ever there. I'll touch up the paint just a little bit on it. No big deal. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it from the back. Seems like that's a little easier. Cut it from the back here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, cut these off here. So that way we don't have to see the old side steps anymore. Alright, so go ahead and get this one cleaned up a little more. Alright, so now we're going to put the truck back together for a little bit. We don't need the interior in it right now. So I'm going to go ahead and put the screw in it, just so that way nothing falls apart. Besides, the bed will probably fall off of it, which is no big deal. We'll be able to work around it. Oh, and my girlfriend got the old dually painted. I did not glue it together yet. Completely forgot. Just fell apart right on camera. So let me go ahead and pop it back together. Okay. So as you can see, she painted everything on this truck. She painted the dark blue, and then we got some shiny drive shafts on this one, and then of course the rear end and front end is all painted just to match the truck. And then we got a color matched front end on it, and then she also painted the little bow tie blue, and then color matched the mirrors, put a little chrome touch on them, and then on the rear of the truck we got a color matched rear bumper. And then, as well as the little color, or the little blue symbol on the back of the truck. So, I'm going to have to glue this thing together here in a little bit and post her on YouTube, or on Instagram. Finally getting that baby done. Super excited about that truck. That is going to be one of my little tow trucks, or whatever you want to call it. Alright, so, now what we can do is I have some axles made up here. I'm not 100% sure if they'll work right or not. So, we're going to see if we need to cut these off or if we can leave them the same width. I think these are going to be a little bit too wide on this truck. Actually, that is about right. About like the other truck was. Man, I got something stuck in my throat. Not sure what it is, but it's really bothering me. Alright, so I got a little axle here. Oh, Oh man, we're almost the same size. So I'm gonna go ahead and file this one down. Just so it's kind of smooth on both sides. Okay. See how much we need to cut off this one. We're going to go ahead and cut just a little bit off of the end of this one. So that way, go ahead and shoot it into the trash can here. Alright, perfect. So now, we got our 2 axles. Now all we got to do is slide our wheels on here. Make sure that's the width we're looking for. Maybe. Perfect. Alright, I think that'll work right there. So, I got some little pieces. So, I'm not 100% sure if they will work or not. But we can sure give her a try, right? So, I'll go ahead and slide this baby on. Just like so. Slide our wheel back on. So, I believe that will work on that one. So I'm going to go ahead and slide my other axle in here. And I got another piece sitting here. I promise this was not all... I didn't even make any of this stuff before I started the video. I just tore the truck apart and like, well, I'm going to do a video. So, you guys are getting all kinds of cool videos here. So, pretty excited. I'm finally getting to where I can actually do videos all the time, most of the time anyways, without having to. So I'm going to cut just a little bit more off of this one, just so that way my wheels will slide on all the way. I do apologize, I can't get this out of my throat. I'm going to have to get a drink of water. I'm going to have to pause this and get me a drink of water, because I'm not sure what the heck it is, but it's really irritating me because I can't shoot a video. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to stick some wheels on this truck here. And we're going to slide them forward here, something like that there. I do believe that'll work. Something like that. Oh, and I believe the front bumper was color matched black. I'll have to remember to do that too. I almost forgot about that part. So, where did my other wheel go? I hope... Oh, there it is. Found it. I found it. I'm going to go ahead and slide it. Make sure this bed's going to stay on here while I'm gluing my wheels on here. Okay. Now, possibly, as long as our wheels stay... Whoa. We go further back. Something about right there, I think. So, I think that's a little too far back. Right there. I think we got... Oh. Alright. So, we're going to pause here for just a second. I am going to get me a drink of water, because I'm about to die over here. Give me 1 second, getting a drink. Alright, we might be good for just a second. Not sure, not 100% sure. So now, we got our wheels sitting where we want them. I do believe everything's sitting good. I do believe everything looks good. So, I'm going to go ahead and pull the bed back off of this truck, because we got to take it back apart, and we're going to let her paint it and everything, all that kind of good stuff. So everything has worked out very good in this video. So, I don't think we're going to have a long enough video here. So, I'm going to show you guys exactly what all is in my garage. I had somebody comment on a video saying what all is in your garage. So you guys are going to get to see what all is in my garage once we put some traction bars on this baby. So I'm going to dump the screw out there so that way I don't lose it. And then we're going to do our little traction bars here. Everything is just worked out very nicely on this truck. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go about the same. Let's see here, we got a little spot here. I think that's close to the center of the truck. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little mark there, make sure it looks like it's close. I'm going to cut a little past that line because it looked like my line was not right on where it needed to. Whoa, that ain't what I needed. Alright, so we got our cutters here. I'm going to go ahead and snip it off something like that. Go ahead and match up one more of these. Alright, perfect. So now, as you can see, there's a couple traction bars here for the front of the truck. So we got a little tweezers here. So now I'm just gonna, whoa. I'm dropping stuff. Hold on. Hello. Maybe, if I can find it here. I'm trying to find it. Oh, I got it. Don't worry. I got her here. So now, slide this around like this. Just so that way, we get our little piece pushed in here. Just like so. So now, take a little glue. A little bit of super glue there. And now I'm going to put just a little dab right there. Okay, so now I'm going to grab this one. And for some reason, I cannot grab these with these little tweezers. They were working really good for this stuff. And now all of a sudden, they ain't working right. So it looks like this one, I need to shave it down just a little bit. Go ahead and just a little smidge. Okay, that should be good. As I always say, don't shave too much off of your brass because a little bit goes a long ways with brass. Alright, so that is perfect right there. Add a little dab of super glue. There's already quite a bit of super glue on this truck, so I'm going to slide these front wheels off just so that way we don't have to worry about just in case that gets inside there or something. Don't want to have to deal with all that. Don't want to have to pull the wheels back off, break everything off, and then have a whole entire mess. So I'm going to clean some of this super glue up just to kind of get rid of some of the mess here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and clean this side up and this side. So now we can make our rear traction bars. If I can pick this little guy up. Hold on. Is this the same stuff? I just had this marsh. Oh, there it is. I found it. Underneath all my junk. Alright, so now we'll go ahead and go and do our backs here. So now, and we do, like I was saying before, I do have a lot of cool new customer stuff coming to the channel very soon. I'll be working on some stuff, and I also got some, actually I got a bunch of customer stuff coming to the channel very soon. I'm dropping my traction bars. So, where'd that one go? Oh, hold on. Oh, there it is. Alright. So, whoa. See what I mean? I cannot pick these dang things up. I'm not 100% sure what the heck's going on here. But I'm not liking it. I'm not digging it. Alright, so we'll go ahead and turn this sideways. Just like so. Add a little bit of glue. And of course, I'm going to take my rear wheels off. Usually I don't do this, just because I'm not really too worried about it, because most of the time, but my axles or my axle tubing is pretty close to the end of my frame here on both sides. So I don't want to chance it, especially with it being a customer's truck. I don't want to have to buy another set of wheels for it. So now, go ahead and grab my little piece here. Slide it on. Where's my... There it is. I found it. Perfect. Grab my super glue here. And now, we have traction bars. Or now he has traction bars on his truck, which is pretty cool. I'll go ahead and clean some of this glue up. Oh, I just moved that one. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more glue to that one, just so it dries good. So now, we're going to add our traction bars into this. Or not traction bars, our drive shafts into this. So as you can see, you got your little transfer case right here. So I'm just going to go right on top of that. And we're going to do drive shafts. Whoop, maybe. So go ahead and take my lid off my marquee marker. And I did see a comment that said something about, I'm glad you found your marquee marker. I am too. Very stoked about that. Very, very stoked. Even though it don't work sometimes. Sometimes it wants to, sometimes it doesn't. Just kind of depends. It's a little moody. Moody. Sometimes it's moody. But it's fine. No worries. No worries. I promise. What you got to say, you don't have to worry. Sometimes I worry way too much. Man, I can't keep, come on, get on here now. Alright, so now, I'll go ahead and put me a little dab of super glue right there on the drive shaft. Okay, same with the rear. Or with the front of the drive shaft. Grab my little Q-tip here. Kind of clean that up a little bit. And the cool thing is whenever you're doing that, you can see it all suck it up. So now, we're going to move on to the front drive shaft here. I'm just marking this here. So like I said, stay tuned if you guys want to see everything that is in my garage right now, because you'll get to see that right there, right here on the channel. Most of you, or some of you, may recognize a lot of these trucks that I pull out of here. A couple of them was actually some of the first trucks I ever started making. Or I made on, not on YouTube, but I believe on my Instagram. I had a bunch of these. So now you can see I got my drive shafts all put in here. And I also got my traction bars all put up. So now I'm going to leave this over to her. She can paint it, all that good stuff. And she's also going to tint the windows. She's going to color match the front bumper here. And then this truck will be sent off to its new owner. So now we're going to clean a little bit of this stuff up. Let me clean some of this stuff up and I'll show you guys what's in the garage. All right. So here is everything that is in my garage right now at the moment. So I'm going to go through all these trucks real quick so you guys can see all the cool stuff that's sitting in my garage. So first off, this truck here was actually the second custom oh, custom I did in a while. As a kid, I used to customize trucks and stuff like that, or cars, Hot Wheels, stuff like that. And I just kind of grew out of that and I was like, well, let's do some crazy, cool, lifted up trucks. So I bought a set of wheels from 3D Scale Parts and started doing some little custom stuff. As you can see, these wheels do not roll the best, so I need to actually take this truck back apart and redo it again. But I just haven't really messed with it. I just figured it was kind of cool to keep it around, just to have it as a kind of a, well, this is my first truck that I built that had these wheels on it. So I figured let's keep it around for a while. So as I said, that is not my first one, but it's my second first one. So the first ever truck that I actually ever built on the channel, or not on the channel, but I can't remember to save my life, but I think this was the first truck that I ever actually put 3D wheels on it. This truck here was actually the first truck that I put the 3D printed, or the 3D scale part wheels on. As you can see, I did not do any drive shafts, nothing like that on this truck. I just basically did put wheels on it, lifted it up. All I did with this truck and how I lifted this one was I just took some little Q-tips just like this, and I cut like little pieces and little short pieces out and kind of made like a little spacer to lift up my rear end underneath the truck. And then I never even put drive shafts on it, nothing like that. So I figured this would be a good truck to, both of these would be good trucks to actually redo, kind of just fix them up a little bit. And then on to the next one, we got a little bitty guy, and this truck here, I was thinking, I really don't know what I was thinking, but I thought, well, let's do something cool with some little matchbox. So I have not finished this thing up yet. I still need to drill it back apart, and I need to tint the windows and stuff like that. But I lifted this thing, put a little drive shaft on it, and called it good for now. It has some super cool 3D second chance modeling wheels on it. I thought that was a super cool touch on this truck. Little truck, mini truck, whatever you want to call it. So of course we have the new Chevy dually, the 3/4 ton that we've been working on. This one's got a lot of stuff, a lot of cool stuff on it. It's got the blue traction bars. I already went through this truck, so I'm not going to go too in depth in this truck. But there's that truck. You guys will see it on Instagram quite a bit. Maybe pulling some stuff or something cool like that. This one here is my OBS GMC dually. This is an Ertl, started out as an Ertl dually, and then I just kind of went crazy with it. And what I did with this truck is I cut the glass out of an M2 truck, and I actually kind of shaved it down a little bit and made it fit. The back glass is out of an M2 truck as well. The side glasses are actually out of a, actually they are cut out of a clear styrene that I had laying around. I don't know if you can see that in there, but I also have interior out of a M2 truck in this truck. Got a little orange, or actually red bow tie. And then the traction bars, even the paint, or the frame, is painted shiny black. I don't know if you can see that there. But this is a super cool truck. I really like the way this truck turned out. It's got a little roll pan on it. That is just cut out of styrene, and I kind of molded it, kind of sanded it down a little bit. Or not molded it, but you know what I mean. Next up, we have the 4th gen. Gosh dang, I can't talk. This is kind of what I called the drag truck. I still have not glued the wheels on it. They're still wobbly. But this truck here, I have some mirrors in the back of it apparently. All I did with this truck is I did some little drive shafts, stuff like that. Nothing too crazy on this one. Traction bars, little bitty traction bars. I need to actually take them off and actually redo them. But I didn't want to do it. I didn't go too crazy on this truck. I thought these wheels looked cool on this one. And it's got a little stack. I actually drilled a hole in the hood of the truck and pushed it down through there. Worked out really good. So next up, let's go with this one. This here is what I called the family project truck. This truck here, it started out as a the camper special from Greenlight, and so I took the camper off of it, and the bed was all messed up, and I decided, well, you know what, I'm gonna do a primer bed, leave the front, leave the body, the cab of the truck and the front clip all real nice. So, and then I sanded all the junk off of it, all the super glue off of it as best as I could, and I just primered it, left it, and I thought it looked pretty cool. Really liked the looks of this truck. Next up is a single cab. This here is a single cab dually flatbed, 3/4 ton Chevy truck. This is from Greenlight. This truck here started life as a 4-door, just like all the normal 4-door trucks, and then I just cut it down. This was not my best job I've done. As you can see underneath, I still have not even finished up the underneath of this truck. I cut off all this stuff, and then I never finished it. I need to finish this truck up, clean it all up, and actually maybe redo it at some point and get my frame looking good on the truck. Next up, we'll go with my girlfriend's truck. She built this truck. I did not help her on this truck at all. I think all I really did is I helped her put the wheels on it, and she painted it, she sprayed it. She did all the details to this truck. It's kind of dusty right now, but this truck here, I think she stripped it all the way down. The bed is not glued on it yet. I don't want to drop it. She'll kill me. Don't tell her if I do. But as you can see underneath this truck, she's got traction bars on it. She got long drive shafts on it, and she did all the cool bow tie stuff with this one. She color matched the front bumpers, stuff like that. She did her little lights on top, and then all the bed is all detailed. I'm not going to touch this truck too much because I don't want to drop it, but I really like the way this truck turned out as well. Really like it. She has it for sale on eBay if you guys want to pick it up on eBay. So now we have, this is kind of what I called the SEMA truck. It's a little bit taller, lifted up truck. Oh, there's something in the back. There's a little screw in the back. I forget about that stuff. This truck here, pretty much what I did is I did all the framework on this truck, and then I spray painted it shiny black just so that way it looked a little better underneath the truck. There's pretty much not really much done to it. I tinted the windows on this one. Everything's already color matched on this truck from the factory, so I just put some big old wheels on it and called it the SEMA truck. So that truck is pretty cool. I thought it was anyways. I do have another one that was in primer, then I tried to paint it. Paint didn't work out good, so I stripped it all back down, and now I have to wait on it to get done stripping. So this truck is another one of the dualies, or the single cab dualies. This one, I'm not a huge fan of. I should have did a little more body work on this one, took my time on it a little more. As you can still see the little line right here up top, and it just all around, the frame turned out a little better on this one. You can see it's not really, you can't really tell, you can tell it's still there. Like I said, I never even touched the frame on any of these. I just cut them in half and then cut it to fit right, and then left it at that. So yeah, I need to actually finish these trucks. As you can see, they're not even glued together. I don't think none of the single cabs are. This truck here is another single cab. This is a Ford. Let me wipe it off a little bit. It's a little dirty, a little dusty. So this truck here, I still have not finished this one either. This is a single cab Ford. I never finished up. As you can see, this is probably one of my more favorite trucks that I never even finished. I got the little cowl hood on this truck. Let's see here. What else did I do to this thing? I did the single cab look, and then I color matched back behind the headlights. I just painted that and then just left that alone. As you can see, the underneath of the frame is not even done yet. I just kind of slobbered some paint on it and called it good. I need to sand it all back down real good and just redo it. Redo all this cool stuff that just doesn't look too cool underneath. It just looks cool sitting on the shelf. Next up, let's see here. Next up, we have the first gen that I actually had it posted on eBay for sale for a while, And then I decided, well, you know what? I'm going to keep this truck just for now. And I'm going to add some traction bars to this truck. I'm probably just going to do some like rear traction bars that look kind of cool on this truck as kind of more of an old first gen truck instead of a like a newer style with traction bars up front, which I guess a lot of them do have traction bars up front too. But I just decided, well, I'm not really going to mess with that too much. So I just left it alone. I'm going to keep the truck for right now. It will be available for sale some other time after I do my traction bars and all that cool stuff. So next up is another single cab. This here is a utility bed version of the dually and the flatbed. I just painted this one red. This truck here, I still have not finished it. It is still sitting the same way it was when the last time I posted it on Instagram. So this truck has a little gap right here. Still need to do a bunch of work to this thing. I just don't really have the time. Well, not really the time. I just don't really feel like messing with them just because they're kind of just showpieces around here. I don't plan on selling any of them. I know I've had a lot of people want to buy these trucks, but I mean, they're not my best work just because everything's just kind of clobbered together a little bit. So yeah, I just need to finish all these trucks up so that way I can actually show them off a little more. I know these trucks are just cool for sitting on the shelf, something like that. So I hope that don't make you not like me anymore. But I do pretty cool stuff now. I just don't finish none of my older stuff. So next is something I have not finished either. Is another project that I was working on for the longest time. I can't even remember what I called this truck. It was a weird name. So as you can see, I cobbled together a frame. I'm going to tear all that back apart on this truck. Probably going to cut it off right around in here somewhere. And then sand it all down. Cut the side steps off of it. As you can see, the underneath of it is pretty rough on this truck. So like I said, I'm going to cut all that out. And I'm going to leave it. I'm going to probably cut like somewhere around in here. And then add new drive shafts in and all that cool stuff to this truck. Now, this truck does deserve a little bit more than this just because it does look good. Alright, I think it looks decent anyways. All the body work turned out pretty well on the truck. I thought I can't even remember. I did this truck a while back. I actually did it around the same time I did that truck. As you can see, I actually broke that off trying to pull it out of the garage. So I need to glue that back on. I need to finish this truck up and just get it on the channel a little bit and just kind of show it off a little bit more. But with that being said, that is all of my trucks that are in the garage. They're all kind of thrown up here on the desk right now. So go ahead and throw that back in the back of the truck. So all this is all the stuff that is in my garage right now. Be sure to leave me a comment and say which one is your favorite truck that is in my garage right now. Be sure to leave me a comment. Say, hey, that is my favorite truck in your garage right now. I really like the looks of it. Something cool, something, I don't know, something, whatever you want to comment. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to like and subscribe. Hit that little bell icon. It's down there somewhere. And I hope to see you guys in the next one.